These fast becoming famous backbenchers back on stage, with results helping to determine the emerging front runners in this leadership race.
Mordaunt, 67. Sunak, 88.
The voting played out in these rooms on this very corridor, determining who has a shot at becoming our next PM. This relatively unknown candidate fast impressing.
The Right Honourable Penny Mordaunt MP, our next Prime Minister.
Former Cabinet Minister Penny Mordaunt, a Brexiteer with a back-in.
The British people are fed up. They're fed up with us not delivering. They're fed up with unfulfilled promises. And they're fed up with divisive politics.
Her politics a promise for low taxes, a small state and personal responsibility. But she'll need to sell herself to the public, not just her party. You're the big unknown in this contest. The public have no idea who you are. One diarist described you as Theresa May with bigger hair. If you win this election, will you, like May, call another general election to get your mandate?
I was a candidate at the last general election. I stood on the same platform as these good people in front of me. And I think what the public want us to do is deliver on that now.
Another campaign launch done in a race that is now speeding up and heating up. We'll know who the final two candidates will be in the coming few days. This now a race as unpredictable as it is bitter. Her backers, though, predicting Penny Mordaunt could go all the way.
She didn't engage in the sort of Dutch auction of tax promises. She said, we want growth, we want to deliver, we want to be competitive in the world. And she knows how she's going to do it.
The country wants, they want change. I don't think they want someone from this cabinet for the last 6-9 months. They're looking for someone who can be a change.
Who will replace you, Prime Minister? Who has your vote?
Change certainly coming, however this plays out. Today, the incumbent Boris Johnson heading to his penultimate appearance at PMQs.
Shut up a minute!
And the mood in this place as fractious as the Tory leadership race. Anger, attacks and acrimony is the diet around here these days.
If you want to go out now!
The Labour leader looking past the outgoing Prime Minister to his possible successor. His attack lines aimed at former Chancellor Rishi Sunak.
Does he agree that anyone running to be Prime Minister should declare where they and their families have been domiciled for tax purposes and whether they've ever been a beneficiary of an offshore tax scheme?
Boris Johnson surrounded by his cabinet and now contenders to take his job. Still his tone defiant.
It's perfectly true that I leave not at a time of my choosing. I'm also proud of the leadership that I have given. I will be leaving soon with my head held high.
But his future up in the air as the focus moves to the search for his successor and the attacks on the current frontrunner not just coming from inside the chamber but outside too.
How are you?
Tom Tugendhat still in the running, making his stand on solid Tory ground, defence policy, issuing a thinly veiled attack on rival Rishi Sunak over his refusal to commit to higher defence spending.
So when we're talking about defence spending, we've got to be absolutely clear that we will never put the safety of our country in doubt because of bean counters or spreadsheets. Security always comes before spreadsheets.
You taking a pot shot today at Rishi Sunak, the front runner, in a race that's already really divided. You're having a little dig at the person that you most fear.
What I'm doing is I'm explaining the consequences of the words that we use here in this race.
Lots of discussions going on in here as the different camps court MPs ahead of the next ballot tomorrow. Beth Rigby, Sky News, Westminster.